Breaking news, niggas.
Breaking news, niggas, about news that broke weeks ago, niggas.
There you go. You need
We
this.
about to break down what y'all been thinking about.
Which
this
y'all broke
trailer.
down already, which y'all probably already heard from IGN. We about to break it down black style.
Exactly. There you go. I mean that that could be the intro right there. We about to break
resources to this shit.
Doctor Strange, you know. Exactly.
IGN has a whole
if
team.
IGN was niggas, you know, if the N in IGN was niggas, that's how we're about to do it right now.
So what is that? International game niggas? What is
there
that?
You go.
International group of niggas.
International group of niggas. That makes sense.
Okay.
Nothing to do with games. Just some niggas doing things.
Niggas.
Yeah. Random niggas. Just whenever niggas congregate, that's an IGN.
There you go.
It needs to be IGNN. International group of nerdy niggas.
Or international group of nigga news.
Nigga news.
Nigga news.
Yeah.
Nigga news feels
covering
better
all
than
things
niggas.
nigga.
Yeah, nigga news. But it could be IGNN, so we can just go international
they be like,
group of nerdy nigga news.
You put this shit on YouTube, they be like,
I think y'all said nigga too many times.
I mean, I know. All right, so we had the fuck. What happened? What is this? Marvel just released a new Doctor Strange trailer for the Multiverse of Madness movie. We got, you know, a little bit of the Blerdimension crew here to talk to y'all about what's happening in there. So we got Tech, Beast, AJ, and you know, I'm just mostly here as a moderator. I don't know nothing about comics. I'm a fan, niggas. But you know, yeah, we got 3 real comic niggas and you know, one nigga who's just here for fun.
That's the segment name, the real comic niggas.
Real comic niggas of Hollywood, but not Hollywood.
A Blerdimension.
Not Hollywood. All right.
So let's talk about this first segment. We'll play the clip for y'all. All right. So what's going on with this door, man?
He's going to the Devil's Lair. That's all you know.
So my theory with this clip is, one, I think it's like it's one of those things that Marvel kind of puts in there to distract us from what the actual movie is going to be about, because it's such a blatant Easter egg. Like, it's just like, oh, that's no one else but Mephisto. Like, that has to be Mephisto.
They definitely have a history of doing that.
Right, they have a history of just throwing in like, hey, let's make it easy for him, but like obviously it's not what it's really going to be about. But yeah,
I don't think he's gonna even be in the movie.
I don't even think he's gonna be in the movie.
I think he goes to another dimension, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is hell. This is Mephisto's dimension, but Mephisto's not there. He walks in, and this is probably the scene where he fights Evil Strange, right? Like Evil Strange has already supplanted Mephisto as the king of hell or whatever, and so this is where that will happen. Like I don't actually think, because it's just a character who's not really tied to too much. Yep. Like he's
kind of is though.
No, I mean he's in the realm, and he's tied to all the magic realm characters. But what I'm saying is, like, for the scope of this story, Mephisto doesn't make any sense other than as an Easter egg. Like,
right.
Well, it doesn't make any sense, like, because so much is going on here.
So much.
I mean,
so much is going on here. He's not sure he's the devil, but he's also like not that popular of a villain.
Right.
To kind of like make that kind of like, hey, this is actually Mephisto doing all this stuff.
Well, it's really not him. I think I think you saw how it showed the Sanctorum. It showed Doctor Strange in front of the Sanctorum.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the same. I think that's New York blown to bits. Like, and I think that door, that whole him going up the door, is really the Sanctorum. That's where evil Doctor Strange lives. And he absorbed Mephisto, just like he absorbed all the other dangerous creatures from What If. And he became the devil himself.
It seems like it's got to be something more like that. I don't think we're going to see Mephisto at all. I think this is as much of Mephisto as we get.
Yeah.
Is
Yep.
the likeness of him carved into a door.
Yeah. This
Agreed.
is like in Community the darkest timeline.
Yeah.
This is the darkest
I
timeline.
forgot
Right
which
here.
one was that? Would they roll a 2 or a 6 to get to the darkest
one.
timeline?
He
It was
rolled a
the-
one.
Oh, it was the one was the darkest timeline?
Yeah, one was the darkest timeline, and he was like, "No, was it one? Yeah, it was one because he said I should have caught the die when you rolled one,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when all this shit happens." But anyway, we get
Yeah,
off
the
topic.
darkest timeline. Yeah,
That's
we get
darkest
it.
timeline. Yes.
I also think like if he is in it, I guarantee it's not gonna be until like cutscene, like end of movie, you know, after trailer, like after movie cutscene, like that's when we'll see like Mephisto. Like I guarantee it's gonna be kind of like you remember when Thanos was just like fuck it, I'll do it myself. It's gonna be something like that where he's like, okay, cool, let me new dimension, new strange, because like if it is in line with what JK was saying, right, from like What If as well, then maybe this Mephisto did survive the attack from Evil Strange and you know hop dimensions while the dimensional portals were open. Because I imagine a lot of this movie will also be about how do we close them, how do we shut them down, how do we prevent these cracks from continuing to happen. And then I guarantee it's also going to be like a Flashpoint thing, right? Like you know, different universes entirely, but where you know even after closing the portal down, some shit still came over into our dimension and changed the way things are.
Yeah. Now we
Well,
got
I
X
think
Men
that's the
movies.
whole.
The mutants,
Yeah.
yeah. Like we
I
have
think
to
that's the
bring these in.
whole Loki thing, though. Like,
I mean, I think it very much ties in. Like Loki's thing plus this, it's dimensions are going to clash together, and then like one prime dimension is going to be formed from that. Like that's what's going to happen. I mean, yeah. Guess
No.
Blerdimension. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because even in Spider-Man, you know, it showed that same string, and he had to
Right.
tie it back together. But it wasn't a main. It wasn't like he destroyed all the other timelines. They were still spring like, not springs, but what's the word? Strands through time of different timelines. So, and
Yeah.
even this other clip, if you go further, well,
We're about
maybe
to.
we'll
Yeah.
talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll
Never
get
mind.
to it. Y'all got like 2 minutes if y'all got more to say about this in particular.
I mean,
All right, bet.
I would say
Other than it might be a dream.
it is a
might
dream.
Be, you know what I'm saying? Like it might be like just dreaming of the stuff that he's done, and it
It's
just
a
takes him into
premonition.
this room. So he doesn't even actually go to this place. This is just like that eerie thing
Yo.
that keeps waking him up in the middle of the night. Like he knows he broke something, he's trying to fix it.
Well, it's like a premonition type ordeal. So like
for just regular
he's
foreshadowing.
seeing, yeah. So it's like a premonition, or it's kind of how like people say like your dreams are a window into another parallel universe. So
I've had some strange dreams. Then
yeah, exactly. So
we'll talk about them off air, but I gotta get them off my chest. And I want to know where these worlds are and why they even exist.
Let's see what we got next.
Reality will not go unpunished.
All right. So what's going on with your boy? Why is he getting locked up here?
he got locked up, but he's not getting locked up. I think he's just getting.
No, I 100% believe the Illuminati is just like catch this nigga. He's done for. Like arrest him fully.
I think that's it. I think they just know that he wouldn't show up unless they forced him to, because he's gonna be trying to fix it his way. They're like, no, we need to talk to him, and so they're like, all right, let's send like 6 Ultrons after him, and bring him in so we can have a conversation. Because like in the comics, he's a part of the Illuminati, so it's likely the Evil Strange was their Illuminati member or something of the sort.
I think
or he talked to the Watcher.
So, the Watcher bit is an interesting one.
I don't think they bring something that big in yet.
Yeah, not yet.
It's a little too big.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, not inadvertently talk to him in the movie, but I think they like communicated with him, because even in the Illuminati, they knew that his base was on the moon. Like Reed Richards found
what's his name's base is on the moon. Black Bolt. That's what Black Bolt is.
Yeah, but but he also had a base on the moon, or where's the moon of Jupiter?
Watcher
I can't remember
is
which one.
from our galaxy.
I can't remember, but they they found the Watcher's base because that's where in one of the comments they found that he got killed by somebody, and they were trying to figure out who killed him. But anyway, I mean, at the same time, I think either, yeah, like you said, either their Strange was the one that went rogue.
Mm-hmm.
But that kind of went tie in with the what if, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But
I think there's like
or
in general 3 Stranges.
Oh,
So I
you
think
think there's
yeah,
our main. I think there's our main Strange, the one we know from our universe, from our MCU, and then I think there's the Ultimate Strange, right, which is the Strange that exists within inside the Illuminati universe, and I think that Strange died at the hands of the Evil Strange. And I do believe the Evil Strange is the one we know from What If, and so that from watching the trailer and just the way he plays the characters, you can tell there's 3 distinct different personalities. Like where our Strange is very in the middle, the Ultimate Strange is very chaotic good, and then of course Evil Strange now is very chaotic evil. So it's just very they're the extent of if Strange was just like I'm gonna go full in this side instead of being in the middle, which Strange as a character has always been very in the middle. Like he does what he knows needs to be done for the greater good.
it's more for balance than the greater good, though.
Because
Because
it's
he's
always
Dr. Fate, basically, in
yeah.
my opinion.
Well, actually, he's
no,
He's
Dr.
he's
Dr.
Fate-
more
Fate.
yeah.
Dr.
he's
Fate
more
is
of a
self-righteous, though.
yeah.
Strange
I mean,
isn't.
he's
Strange isn't
a
self-righteous.
he's a dulled down version of Doctor Strange. I mean, Dr. Fate.
But
Yeah,
that makes sense to me that there's possibly 3 Stranges. I mean, I think we all can kind of like grasp from that scene that looking at there's 6 chairs. He's being escorted by Ultrons. I guess the next
yeah.
clip we're gonna get into is, even more revealing. But it makes you think. Okay, there's no way this isn't the Ultrons give it away immediately because who made Ultrons is Hank Pym, right?
Is that Moon Knight?
In at least in the comic book universe. Obviously, in this cinematic universe, Tony Stark made Ultron, but in the comics, Hank Pym made him, and that would be a great way of being like, oh, in our universe, Pym made Ultron, not Tony Stark,
and it was a
Yeah.
success.
right?
Yeah,
Because when
Pym
I
was
see
the one who
these,
made Shotron.
the robots, I'm just like, obviously, this is a universe where the Illuminati is fully in charge, right? It's not the Avengers, it's the Illuminati. Those are the guys. And they succeeded where Tony and Bruce failed in our universe by making a
Suit of armor around the world.
Suit of armor around the world, right? They are successful, and you can tell it's a very so what word am I looking for here? Like just from the symbolization with inside that walking scene up into the chamber, right? They control it all. Like they
They control it behind the scenes.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
exactly
they control it behind the scenes, basically.
I wouldn't even say behind the scenes. I would say the world knows directly these guys are in charge. But yeah, that's what I imagine, and I think that their Strange died. They arrested our Strange, or were able to trap our Strange some way, and they're just like, listen, you need to fix this because obviously, if our dimension's getting cracked, everyone else's dimension's getting cracked as well. But they don't have a Strange on their side anymore because their Strange died in some battle or something like that. Their Strange passed, is what I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the dream that he had. So that battle that it showed Strange in that wormhole was Defender Strange. So if you saw, because if you look at that portal scene again, it's him falling through that portal and him waking up. So it's him seeing that Strange fight. And so, because if you remember, like you said, I think there is 3 different Stranges, but this Strange, they found that it was before any of this happened. So that's why they went to him to see if they could, or our Doctor Strange from our universe. They were like, okay, so let's get this Strange because he is the more balanced one. because the Defender Strange went a different path. The Evil Strange went a different path to find.
Then you just got MCU Strange left, and they just need a Strange. I'm guessing that's what they do is they need a Strange.
Any Strange.
Yeah.
And, well, any Strange with the Evil Strange, right?
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's why he was seeing. He said he keeps having the same dream. It's him seeing the same battle over and over again, and he's trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
And I think that's when Alexia Chavez?
No, her name is
America.
America
Chavez. Yeah. And I think that's when she comes in and tells him what's going on. Cause I think she's from that same. Is she from that? She's a timeline she's a hopper.
Yeah, her parents live outside of it, I think, or God, what is their comic book origin again? There's two, isn't there? Like where her moms were like gods, and I think the new rewrite, her parents gave her away to some like scientist on some island, and that's how she got the powers. And I gotta find one. I gotta pull one of her books.
Probably Genosha.
But definitely, I'll do the research and I'll put together a read list and I'll go on our Instagram clip. So we can move forward. Yeah.
All right.
And so it's clearly 6. There's 1, 2, 3.
There's a bunch
of
at least 6. At least 6.
I think there's 7. I think there's because I can count 6, but there's like a space if I'm saying So I think there's 7 chairs. And there's a particular person sitting in the 7th center chair.
So in the clip, it shows somebody walking.
Somebody getting ready to sit down.
Ready to sit down, and he has a sword.
Yeah.
And so I think that's either. Well, I was gonna say for some reason I was gonna say Moon Knight.
It could be Mordo.
It could be Mordo.
Sorry, that's the character.
Yeah, it could be Mordo.
Because the Mordo he's talking to in the other trailer clips, which I don't think this one shows him, is not our universe's Mordo.
Oh, and you think that because he didn't straight up try to kill him immediately?
Yes, our universe's Mordo would have tried to kill him immediately. And you can just tell again, the temperament is different. Like it's like these actors are fantastic. They know how to, like, if they're doing different dimensional characters, they approach it in different ways. Mm-hmm. And like the Morty from our Stranger's original movie, right? Very much like he just realized everything he believed in was a lie. The person he held up, to such high esteem was a fraud. So like he hates everything to do with sorcerers and would kill them on sight and would hunt them down. You can tell this one is talking to Strange almost like an old friend that he's trying to give advice to. But
because in Illuminati, when Mordor and him actually became, like I said, different timelines with different decisions for how Strange went about getting his abilities.
It's also possible that in that timeline, if Tech's, theory about their Strange dying, that Mordo takes his place as the sorcerer supreme.
Oh, he did. Oh, I think he was always meant to, right?
Well, I mean, no, he was. It was either him or Strange, right? It was going to be Sorcerer Supreme,
right?
So, I think that it's possible that he's their Sorcerer Supreme, but because Strange is either evil or dead, depending on which way. If they're going to have 3 Stranges in the movie, right? Which is, I think, the maximum amount of Stranges. I think if you add 1 more Strange, that's too much.
It's too much.
Strange. Can't keep. Yeah, it becomes very strange.
I mean, it's just the whole multiverse thing. It's just like with Kang the Conqueror. If you have more than one Kang in one sitting, like in Loki, then it'll be weird. But anyway,
I think they're gonna do that in Loki, though. I think you're not gonna get more than 3 on screen at one time.
Yeah.
But I think that if you kill one, there's just another one gonna show up.
Yeah. Yep. I think on the chairs, one is Mr. Fantastic's on the left.
That's what I thought too.
The one in the third seat looks like either You can't really tell. That's
So like, do
I'm
you
glad
see
they
like
did
how
that.
the one at the far,
The
what
far
is it,
right.
far right kind of has like that almost, and I'm getting my hopes up, right? And and mind you, these universes don't have to have the exact same person in that like character role, right? It could be a
Was
different person
different ones.
entirely,
Yeah.
but like how it almost has like a silver shine to his neck.
Like a superior
Yeah,
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
I'm thinking it's either Superior Iron Man or, and I don't know who they would have play this,
I
right?
think
Like
it's Black
Superior
Bolt.
Black
It's
Panther
gotta be Black
or
Bolt.
Black Bolt. It could be Black Bolt too. But
Yeah,
Well,
I just think it's Black Bolt because they really like screwed him over in the
yeah,
yeah.
in the
and
Inhumans, and they
Inhumans,
would love to rewrite that guy into
Yeah.
a different character. I'm telling you, they would love. The Inhumans was so bad that like people don't even remember that the Inhumans happened. That's how bad it
Yeah.
was. That they
Yeah.
had 8 episodes.
now
Yep.
Nobody remembers because it was
Yep.
such a bad
I think I gave it one
show.
episode and I didn't finish.
Yeah, same. I watched the
watched it.
first episode.
Of course,
I was
you watch anything.
I'm out. I watched it because I was interested to see how they're gonna go about it. And it
but you didn't have. But you could have just watched the first episode and saw that they were doing bad.
He watched it as a comic book historian, sir.
Okay, well,
Remember,
yes.
Baby,
Thank you for doing that study for the rest of
real
us.
nigga shit.
of
That's what I did.
history-changing
Real
moments.
nigga shit.
There you go.
Let's play this
Okay.
next clip and hear Sir Patrick Stewart's wonderful voice.
This man.
That's Professor X.
Yeah,
Are
been
you
watching
sure?
Oh, go ahead.
If it's not, I'm Marvel pulled a
They got you.
hat trick on us because me sitting in this theater, if I don't see that man in a wheelchair, I'm gonna be real pissed. I'm gonna let you know.
I mean, it could be the version where he got his legs back.
I don't care. Wheelchair, walking around, I don't
Whatever,
care.
as long as it's him.
I better see him. I better see him.
I mean, they already
Alright.
kind of speculated.
and again, like it'd be, because
It wouldn't make
he's
it wouldn't
old.
make
He's
sense.
super
He is
old, right? Like he's a person who's super old. So like if they're bringing him in, they can't use him.
Do a
for
lot,
too
yeah.
long. Yeah.
Gonna keep going.
Absolutely.
So are you gonna play the clip or
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna run the clip
I
real
don't
quick.
want. I don't want to talk through it. Yeah.
I got you. Hold on. Here we go.
We should tell him the truth.
What's going on? I mean, is that your boy or what?
Oh,
Hey,
that's
Is that
the way.
is that who you're hoping
That's him.
for?
That's
I love
Captain
how, like-
Picard. If it is not Charles Xavier, it's Captain Picard, and they're just mashing together the Star
I know
Trek
that boss
Facts.
is
universe with the Marvel universe.
Exactly.
First off,
That's who it is. It's either Picard or it's Charles Xavier.
Just real quick, guys. If you listen to what like the soundtracks, not soundtracks, but
the clip
subtitles on, it says mystery voice. Like, come on now.
Yeah, they tried to get him. They
Mystery.
tried to give him the closed caption.
They should have auto-tuned him like T-Pain. That's the only way we would have been able to
Only
tell.
we don't know.
So,
auto-tuned him, and then we would have
You
been
see
like,
how
Man
shocked
number
he-
one.
You see how Doctor Strange reacts to when he sees him?
See, I didn't even notice that.
I don't.
He was like, how the fuck are you here? Like he's looking like, yo, you should not be here. Like, or I should not be here. And also his outfit too is from an earlier time. If you look at it, like, or Doctor Strange's outfit is from an earlier
Well,
time.
it just looks very it looks very plain. It's almost like this to me makes it seem like they pulled him when he wasn't prepared. Like,
Yeah,
They
he
pulled
doesn't
him
have
Doctor
before he
Strange.
became
Logo or
Sorcerer
anything.
Supreme.
no, I don't think that they pulled him that early. I think he's obviously got blood on his face, so he's been in some kind of fight. If you look up by his forehead, he's got a mark on his forehead. So he's been in a fight. I don't think he was prepared to be here in front of these people. Now, do I think he actually is surprised to see Sir Patrick Stewart sitting in a hover chair? It's got to be a hover chair. Do not give me that
No
lame.
bullshit.
Don't give me that lame regular chair. This man deserves a hover chair.
Yes.
Agreed.
And they can do it. They
I'll
did it
bring off
in
the crown.
Future Past.
Yes,
They
they
did it
can
in
do
Future
it.
Past.
I want to see
So-
a hover chair. I missed the hover chair because it's been so long since X-Men has been like on TV. I forgot
Mhm.
about the hover chair. I'm so used to him,
Him in the
using a
wheels.
regular wheelchair because in
Man.
all the X-Men, he's in a regular old. Give this
Wheelchair,
man
yeah.
his hover chair. And
Well, you have to worry about that soon. because 97 X-Men 97 is coming out.
That is true.
But anyway, but yeah, that's Patrick Stewart. If it's not, then they're fucking up.
If it's not,
I'm going to Marvel HQ, and
it's
they won't hear
absolutely
this.
Patrick Stewart. Now,
Yes.
is it Charles
Professor X.
Xavier? I don't know. Could be Jean-Luc Picard. And I've been
could be.
watching a lot of Star Trek, so it might just be me being biased. But
It's a nigga from space.
it's when it's a nigga from space. Do you know what they do in there's different universes in Star Trek now? They do the same thing. They basically have the same issue. And
First off.
if you've seen Discovery season 4
In Discovery, it makes sense because
or
Discovery
season 3,
is thousands of years ahead.
yeah, but they reference all of Star Trek in order to make Discovery. So my point is,
They did talk about Voyager. They did
it's-
talk about Voyager, Deep Space Nine,
they talk about them all.
First Enterprise. Yeah,
If this isn't Charles Xavier, this is the greatest cinematic reveal of all time. They're
facts.
merging Star Trek and
Exactly.
Marvel together.
It's like Disney like saying, "Hey, listen, we
just
own this
bought
too."
This is about Star Trek.
Yep.
Right?
We got them all.
Expect the Star
You're
Trek,
welcome.
We got them all.
In the middle of a movie.
Yep, just in the middle.
In the middle of a movie. And then he just
No
beams
one's
up
safe.
afterwards. It's
Just be.
he just beams up after he delivers the message.
I just want to
Wow.
see if they're gonna show Namor.
No, you just see all the Avengers just beam in like.
Yeah,
Good
What's the
God.
next clip? What's the next clip? Because I know there's.
Next
Oh, yeah,
clip,
yeah.
we're moving into the Wanda. We're talking about Wanda.
No. We're talking
Well,
about
he
the
was
other
Doctor
Doctor
Strange.
Strange.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah,
on.
he
Evil.
was-
Okay.
yeah, the one that we've been talking about this whole time, and if he's doing that thing we said he did.
Yeah, he's doing
Mhm.
that thing. All right, y'all ready? Just
Mhm.
gonna roll it for a sec.
Things just got out of hand.
And there's your guy right there. So what's up with Sinister Strange? Is this man's proper name?
Mr. Sinister.
Sinister Strange.
Is
Yeah.
that his,
Nah.
is his problem?
That's not
Yeah,
his
is
proper name. No, they
Close
can't
enough.
mix up. They can't mix up Mr. Sinister and Doctor. No, you can't do that.
Sinister
Yeah.
You
Strange.
can't do that. Mr. Sinister is a whole nother evil, whole nother.
Yeah,
So
and
my
he's-
first
he's-
question to you
He's
both:
pretty specific to mutants.
Yeah.
do we think this is the what if Strange?
It gotta be.
I mean, it doesn't have to be.
I did not.
It doesn't
finish
have
What
to
If.
be.
I mean, it has to be. If it's not, then it's him before he got recruited from. What's it called?
Mm.
I don't think so. It has to be after the recruitment, but before, like there has to be some area in which he diverted into. And it does say Sinister Strange on the
Captions.
captions.
caption.
So I don't like that at
I
all.
don't like
But
that at all.
yeah, like this has to be just the evil version of him. Like we all assume there is an evil version of us in the multiverse.
Yeah.
And
I'm not evil version of me.
Yeah, we're aware.
You the only
Okay,
version.
I just
of
wanted to
that.
make sure. No,
You're the
I'm
only
sure
version.
there's a very civilized version of me out there somewhere.
And one day when we discover
Probably not.
interdimensional travel, we're gonna make the switch. I just want you to know that, right?
That's fair. That's fair. He obviously does
We
not
can't just
belong
switch.
wherever
We got to
he's
make
at.
sure we destroy this one also.
Yeah.
Whoa there. Whoa there. You can just drop
But
me in
don't
his
worry, that
universe,
is
man.
so far in the future. Like that is so far in the future.
We can't allow him to go to another universe and fuck that
Right.
shit
That's
up.
not
Terrorize
universe's
it.
problem.
No,
That's not your
because
problem anymore.
then they're gonna come back at us. They're gonna be like, "Did
Exactly.
you guys forget something?" They're gonna shove you right back
Right
in
back.
and take their tech right back. And
It's
you think
just
we
like-
want that problem?
It's
No.
just like that joke. It's just like that joke of terrorists taking black people on airplanes. It's like, oh no, we don't want them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And the thing is, if we take if we give them the sinister tech and we take the normal tech, right? I suspect that they're in better shape than us because in that world everything must be better because there's a good tech in that world.
I'm assuming
And
so.
so it's like they're gonna come over and we're gonna be like trying to wrestle with them. Like I'm so strong. Like why am I work out in this universe? I work out and they're gonna beat us down and take the tech back. So what we have to do is give them no choice. We gotta throw in the lifeless corpse of Artek and pull in their fresh tech.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
And-
You know what? Friends like these. So
I mean, would you want it? I mean, would you think any different of what we're gonna do? Like, I mean, anyway.
you know what? I'm
but-
making the trade for you too, Beast.
Oh
I'm
no,
sure
you
there's
can't.
a- I'm sure there's a universe where Beast and I are like best friends.
And see, that's probably the best one. You'd be like, oh yeah, get both of them. and they be like,
That's
you know,
true.
we go.
We just switch out both of y'all, so there's more harmony in the group now.
And they're like, what the hell happened to these two? I like the other
Right.
ones.
each other on stream. Like, peace. That was an excellent point. And you,
such a
I mentioned
great
your
comment.
skin looks great today, by the way, Peace.
And they be like,
Yeah.
Have you
and
been
they're like,
drinking water? This is the question.
They're like-
Right.
they were like, oh, this
Have you
something's-
eaten well
something's
today,
afoot.
my man? Like,
Something's afoot. Something's
Some
afoot.
foot.
But no, I think so I think you know what?
Sinister
Actually,
Strange.
the what if Strange was in, he destroyed his world and he was lonely, so he was, you know, by himself in a black pit. This one rebuilt, well, the world is still destroyed, but he
Yeah, you
rebuilt
can
the
see like the
sanatorium.
black pit. Yeah.
Yeah, he rebuilt the sanatorium, and he looks like a damn devil walking around
Yep.
in a black tower. So yeah,
And then
so
he gets
I
like a
think
super power up towards the end of the trailer. But yeah.
yeah. So I think he himself, this is after What If. He talked to the Watcher, and somewhere probably in that room is that little trophy of Killmonger and Baron Zola somewhere, probably somewhere. I don't know where, but
Absolutely.
as far as this trailer showing
All right.
Doctor Sinister Strange and Strange, I think it's just their first confrontation together. So I think this is before he goes and meets the Illuminati.
Hmm.
So
Does he have any marks on his head?
I don't think he does.
He's all
Actually.
cleaned up.
I don't
Because you
think he
know,
does.
all superheroes keep the marks throughout the whole movie.
Nah, he got the
Right.
marks at
Those are
133.
Oh well, he has a scratch. He does have a scratch.
On his forehead. So
Yep,
Yeah.
same spot.
yeah.
So that's
Okay, so that
after.
it has to be
So
after the
he-
Illuminati.
Yeah, so I think this is probably him confronting him, like, okay, so what the
But
fuck's
you know
really
how
going
superhero
on?
movies are, right?
Yeah,
You got to keep your scars throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Just accumulate them. By the end of the movie, you just got band-aids everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
and that shows the progression of the film.
yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Yep.
So what was the next point?
All right.
Next
so
is
next
Evil
joint.
Wanda,
Yeah.
which I feel like is not deserved. I'd be damned if you guys make this woman the bad guy. Are you kidding me? After
Well,
I mean,
everything she
people
went
have
through?
made points. Hold on. Let me run the clip first, and then we'll talk about it.
I do it, I become the
After
enemy.
everything she went through, you gonna make her the bad guy? Get the fuck out of here.
I mean,
She's always destined to be though.
No,
so
she's not.
I will say the
Like,
point that
that's
I've
what-
seen
that's
people
what- that's what he
making
said.
Mm-hmm.
before we talk about this movie in particular is that, like, you know, she essentially mentally enslaved the whole town. And I mean, she didn't do it on purpose per se.
She didn't.
but, like-
her powers were berserk.
But once she realized what was going on, she probably should have tried harder to stop, and she didn't.
You kill your
And
own
that's-
kids. You
that's
kill
fair.
your own kids.
Listen,
That's fair.
Shit, I probably would.
listen.
The,
When you're that powerful but that fallible at the same time, it's almost there's no way you won't do something like that. They're lucky she didn't destroy anybody. Like,
yeah, for
nobody
sure.
died. Nobody died. And
Nobody
that's the
died.
thing. So it's like, yeah, okay, you can just you got to treat her like a tornado or a hurricane.
Treat her like
You
I
just
mean,
gotta
but
be
she's a
like-
person.
you just-
She's a
no,
living, breathing, thinking person.
but she has
and-
no idea her limits. She was grieving, and her powers just were like, oh, we know how
For
to fix
sure.
this.
At the
Her powers just,
beginning.
like, stayed
At the
out.
beginning. But I would argue once she left the town and was out there destroying who was that was out there? Shield or somebody? FBI? Sword.
It was
Sword.
Sword. It wasn't Shield.
It was
yeah.
Sword that was out there. And she was out there fucking blowing tanks away and shit. Or not tanks, but like their vehicles and all that.
Yeah,
like,
but
I
they
feel like
provoked
at that point, you know what's happening. You know, maybe you need to call
No.
somebody,
They
calm
provoked
down.
her. Like,
They did provoke her. I'm not saying they didn't provoke her. I'm not saying they didn't, you know, maybe deserve it a little bit for trying to attack her. You know, they got a little bit
They
too big for their
deserve
britches, and she had to put them in their place. But
then again,
You know what? I'm
then again,
Go ahead.
she was coerced by Agatha. Agatha coerced her in a lot of shit.
yes.
Yeah.
So
that's also
So-
true.
Really, she's not a villain. She's not a villain. She's really a grieving person who got coerced to do all that shit. So
Grief makes you
the
do some
real
crazy
villain
shit.
could take her power, but ended up backfiring on her.
and got herself.
I hear
got
what you're
herself-
saying.
Every piece of it.
Yes.
I'm not saying she's a villain. I'm saying what
Mhm.
she did was a bad thing.
Okay,
That
so
does
let
not
me
a
say-
villain make.
All right, that's
But
Right.
So,
no,
let
no,
me
I'm saying
say
that's
this.
what they're seeing her in this movie. That's what a lot of people seeing, like, oh, she's because if you see the clip of her before her fighting, she's fighting Monica.
No, she's not fighting Monica. She's fighting.
No.
It looks like she's fighting Marvel.
Cap. Yep,
No,
fighting
that's
Captain Marvel.
but that's the new Monica
not-
becomes the new Cap.
white. Monica's
Monica's
power
aura is
would be
white, right?
White.
It's
It's
not.
white.
It's not.
That's yellow.
No,
She's fighting.
that's-
She's fighting. What's her name? I can't. Something Carol, right? What's her name?
Yeah.
oh,
I can't remember
forgot also.
Captain Marvel's name, but
Marvel don't have hair like that though.
what do you mean? Her hair
It's
changed like
not
3
our
times in the
universe
series.
version.
She
That's
has.
what you have to realize.
She has the short hair. She has the long hair. Like she has different hairstyles.
She has
in one universe.
But always had that mohawk though.
No, the mohawk is only
Yep.
when she puts the suit on, because what it
Yep.
does is it closes
It
over everything
closes
but
over.
the top of her head. And so the top of her hair is coming out of the mohawk, but the rest of her hair is whatever. Like as long as she's wearing Captain Marvel stuff. So to address Swav's point, I think that if you look at Scarlet Witch's story from another angle, you can see that Sword first agitated her, and then Agatha agitated her. And
Yep.
she is human, even though she's also infinitely powerful. And those you can blame those people a lot more. Like we still don't blame tigers at the zoo, but you're gonna blame a
dumbass who
woman who
fucked
is
the tiger.
grieving for the loss of her only real connection left on the planet, and
Yep.
the fact that she doesn't know she has all these powers. And then you want her to just immediately find out, oh, I'm doing something bad, and shut down when she's already built this world under false pretense. Like, I get why she did everything she did in that show. She's grieving. Somebody gave her a pill, basically a relief pill. She didn't know that they were hooking her on a drug, and then she was going to be stuck in this world. And then she has these children that she actually loves, and now she's got to just turn off the
Like
lights.
developed egos. Like
And she
literally,
did
like,
do the right thing, and nobody
did.
died. They were just a little pissed. They missed the month of work. Like, you're
Exactly.
welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You were in an I Love Lucy special. You had nothing
You
really
weren't-
to worry about.
I mean, the
Exactly.
black people had
Your
a little,
life
you
was
know.
paradise.
You know,
the
I just
black,
thought about
the black people were fine. They
wasn't
were there.
Quicksilver part of the Illuminati?
No, I don't think he ever.
No.
Quicksilver's never. He's
Or
never.
Magneto.
Silver's never really a part of much.
Big vision
He's just,
guy.
Yeah.
He's just a guy out there doing this
He's
thing.
there because
Because-
Wanda's there.
Well, I
No,
only
but
asked that because Wanda
even-
and Marvel are fighting in the same building as the Illuminati are in.
I think that's because of the fact that
Ooh, maybe
Wanda,
she's in the group. Maybe she's in the
Mhm.
Illuminati.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I think too. I think Danvers is in the Illuminati, but I think that they're
That's a
fighting directly
Danvers.
because Danvers, yeah. They're fighting because of the fact that I guarantee Wanda has found a reality where her kids are real, and she's just gonna take that. Like she's gonna take the kids from that reality. Like that's what
Well,
if it's
well, I
not
think
that, I'd be impressed.
But that's what I'm saying. I think the
149,
kids
you
are
see her
there.
suffering though.
Say again.
No, I think at 149 you see her suffering. I don't think her kids are there. I think something happened. Look at 1 minute.
No, I'm talking about
49 seconds.
137. I'm talking about 137. Which
Oh.
I think her kids are there in that in that building, and that's why. And she probably crashes where Strange, or she's going to come to rescue Strange. Either way, I don't know.
I think that it's mistaken identity. I think Carol's like, oh shoot, it's the Scarlet Witch. I gotta take her out. It's the wrong Scarlet.
Oh,
Witch.
you think in
Yeah.
their universe, Scarlet
Their
Witch
universe,
is a
Scarlet
bad
Witch
guy?
is evil.
Yeah, and
Okay.
so
or
this
at least the Scarlet Witch fights against their reign, right? Because
Yeah.
that seems like something.
Side note.
Oh, so you think it might be something like where the Avengers technically do exist in this reality, but maybe like shit.
I don't think it's necessarily the Avengers. But I do think that she's
There's a group of heroes fighting against the
Right.
Illuminati's reign.
no. I don't think it's the Illuminati's reign. I think that Scarlet Witch was evil in this universe where the Illuminati is.
Ah,
And
okay.
Danvers is like, oh shoot, the Scarlet Witch is here, and she just goes off on her, and
Mhm.
you know, much like Wanda has to do, always has to defend herself against some people who misunderstand her. So I
Yeah.
think this is obvious, and I hope that the fight lives up to the power levels here, because these are the only two characters that can match each other
Who
left
can really
in,
fight each other?
in Marvel.
Yeah.
Like Strange can maneuver his way into a fight with both of them, but he can't beat either of them when it comes to output.
No.
So just the fact that both of those characters are there and they're the only two that are like they're pretty much, you know, at full realization of their powers, invincible.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just
God.
it should be that fight needs to live up to that. I don't want like
It
a
needs to
quick
be. Yeah.
1-2 punch and like, oh, you're the wrong Scarlet Witch. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, you know, almost crush you with my.
From the way, hey, listen, the way they going at each other, it seems like it.
Well, I think the one Scarlet Witch that Strange is talking to is the one from that universe, and she's like, "How can you get a slap on the wrist, but I do something to fight for my kids, and I get seen as evil."
I think it's the same thing, same Wanda, but she finds out about the other what you call it. So
Right,
she's like,
and
oh, you can destroy the universe, and
right,
and yeah, nobody. And then, but when I
nobody
destroy the
bats an eye.
universe, now
Yeah.
look, now it's like people are coming after me from this universe's mistakes.
Mhm.
But you can literally you're the one that broke the universe, and everybody's like, hey, just fix it.
Yeah, basically,
And
and
it isn't fair, Wanda. I'm 100% on board with you. It's not fair.
It's not fair, Wanda.
And
yeah,
free my nigga Wanda
free
t-shirts
my,
made up.
Free.
free my nigga one, free my
Yep.
yes. What's the female version of nigga?
Nigga.
Nigga.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's nigga.
Always nigga.
I think
Nigga
y'all
is
right.
gender
I think
expansive, my nigga.
Mordu,
Nigga works for everything.
yeah.
Mhm.
My bad.
And
Were you
then-
saying something about Mordu?
I think yeah, because in a further clip he's fighting Strange when he's handcuffed. So I think that is him walking to his seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, I do
But-
not
Yep.
think Wanda is the villain of the movie. She
No.
is.
I think she's
the victim of
misunderstood.
the movie. Yes.
Yeah, she's very misunderstood.
Yeah. Wrong V word. Victim is what the word we're looking for. Is she the victim of the movie? Yes. She just got dragged into this because Strange want to
Yep.
go around messing with
Doing shit.
realities.
Yep.
Time and dimensions and shit.
She messed with a town, and Suave is like, oh, she's a villain.
That's not
But-
what I'm saying. I'm saying that I didn't consider that, and it's like, well, I mean, they kind of have a point. Like I'm in agreement with you. Like as far as me and my perspective, like I don't know if I would ever let them people free. But
Like Childish Gambino said, chilling, real nigga villain. You know.
Did he say that?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
in the song
Yeah.
Sweatpants.
Oh, but so I think that she's just getting drug along like always, because the thing about really, really powerful characters is you got to be careful with what you do with them in any story, because the truth is Wanda could pretty much fix everything. Like
Yep.
that's how powerful she is. So you have to make her person very you have to make her person very reluctant to do anything. If she wants to do stuff, she can, and no one can stop her. So you have to make like that. It's just like we were talking about Sentry before the pod, right? They gave Sentry so many phobias because they made him nearly invincible. So it's like, in order to make it so that he doesn't just go out there and stop all crime and end all of their comic book money, because there's no more stories to tell, they have to give him like 1 million phobias, so that he has like all these psychological barriers in the way of him being the great person he is. I think so what they're doing with Wanda is she made her mistake, right? She took over a town. She didn't do it on purpose, but once she did it, it felt great. She didn't want to stop. She eventually did stop, but she felt bad about it, right? Now the only thing she wants to do is make sure she is prepared for anybody else trying to pull some Agatha stuff and steal her powers. But she's like, I'm just gonna live out here in this little shack and grow these flowers, because like I'm not doing anything else. And so you have to have that kind of reluctance, or you have to do what they do with Captain Marvel. You have to send her all over the universe and say she's fighting everywhere. So it's like, oh yeah, she's out there saving somebody, just can't save us while she's saving them. So I guess we just gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah, we're in the queue. We're in the queue. We'll get there.
Yeah,
We're there.
Exactly, right. So you have to do that kind of stuff with these characters. The power is too much. Like the output is too high. So you end up having to make them reluctant, or make them find some way to get them off world, like they do.
90% of the time they were reluctant. They're
Yeah,
seen
and
as
you have no
threats.
choice because
Yeah.
otherwise, people, smart people, even dumb people, that's the question. Why didn't this person just not just reverse everything with their
Yeah.
superpower?
Yeah.
That is the
Just
question.
like the Flash. I know?
So
Did y'all see? So when Wanda's about to fire that little bolt, and it zooms in on her eye.
Yeah, her eyes were like bleeding or something, right?
No, her eyes. She was bleeding on her forehead, but if you look at her
Yeah.
eye, it shows 2 chambers.
Where are
If
you
you
at,
s-
okay?
Yeah, we're
201.
Oh, they're like two beds.
The two
It's
beds. I think
201.
that's where her sons were, or something maybe.
I see what you're
And
saying.
or it looks like it looks like
Or
the
Marvel.
Weapon X baths.
Yep, and no, and it also reminds me of the location her and her brother were being held at
I was
that one
about to
time.
say
Yeah,
that. I was about to say that.
Yep,
It looks like where Riker had them.
yeah.
yep. Because if you go a little bit further in, shit, now
You
it
gotta
happened so fast.
like hit the space button real fast. Yeah, it looks like it does look like their experiment tables.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
they got dissected.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so, or like how Vision was dissected too.
Yep.
So
Well, Vision
and
was
that's Vision. Yeah, I mean, just saying,
He
like
wasn't dissected as much as he was just like
taken apart,
Torn the fuck apart.
yeah
apart.
to
They,
bits,
they
and they
didn't
were
really
trying to
tear
put
him
him back
apart, did
together.
they
Well,
just
no, he
kind
was
of he was just
Researching,
broken,
yeah.
and then they just
Yeah.
kind of went in there and was like, "Can we connect this stuff back up?"
yeah. Can we-
Like,
Facts.
I just gotta tie this little
Yeah,
spray of circuits here in the knot and just like press the power
Exactly.
button and see if this
Press
thing
the
CPU
power
bone
button.
connected to the power bone. There we go.
because she's in. Oh, she's still in the
Easy.
building.
CPU bone.
She's still in that Illuminati building.
Yeah,
Oh my
When
gosh.
when she's
And that
fighting.
Like when she was
that's my
fighting
thought
Captain
process
Marvel.
too. I'm thinking a good portion of the movie happens inside that reality.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I guess to wrap up with some positive, we probably went over 30 just by a little bit there. Um, what are we thinking? What do we think that one, how this movie is gonna perform, two, kind of how it fits into the MCU as a whole, and then I guess my final question for a quick answer is Strange the new Tony in this and the way the MCU is moving forward with bringing on characters like Blade and the Dark Knight and things like that. And with it going more of a mystic focus, is Strange being set up to be the leader of the Avengers, the Dark Avengers, however you want to cut.
Do other cinematic movies in the same
Yeah,
universe.
they might do like team up movies, but I don't think they're gonna do like a full.
It's not going to be
team
Avengers.
No,
Right.
they said
them
no,
niggas
no,
ain't
no.
assembling no more.
Yeah,
That's what
this
you're
is
saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
They did their
I mean,
best. I see
even
your point
Feige,
there.
even
Yeah.
Feige said Endgame was the final Avengers movie.
Right.
Mm.
That's what I was saying. Feige said that. So I know they're not going to do any more Avengers movies. Now, are we going to see this universe continue? Of course. Why would they stop the money train? But
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
That's a fact.
They probably have heroes here and there coming from like, oh, the Avengers are off world or this. They may say like they may mention them,
well, they
but
just
they're
have
not
so
gonna.
much other stuff. So the Fantastic Four
Right.
needs the Fantastic Four can save the world now. They don't need
Right.
the Avengers to save the world. The X-Men are going to be out here saving the world. even
Right.
though they're being
They can have
distributed all day and
the
every day.
Howling Commandos. They can do that.
No, those guys suck.
No.
Ah, damn.
Damn. Rip.
Or you can have
So-
Moon Knight and Blade and stuff. But
Yeah.
either way, I think with Strange, because even in the last clip of him showing him in the Shiva pose, basically being the destroyer. So, I mean, you basically kind of know what the evil Strange is trying to do. Basically, be the destroyer of worlds kind of aspect.
Yeah.
Because that's the Hindu goddess Shiva. If anything, he probably wants to destroy the world to remake it, basically. So
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else?
All right.
Y'all
No,
hyped
I
for
mean,
this
I'll rate
or?
I'm hyped. I'm hyped for this. Like
We're
Doctor
hyped
Strange has
for it
always been one of
now.
my favorite characters.
AJ
I've
said, "I'm hyped for
enjoyed.
it."
Most recently, the Strange University comic book series that's been really good. So I enjoy the mystical aspects of the MCU, right? Like it's always I enjoy the technological side of it and the mystical side of it. So, yeah, I'm a hype for it, and I give this trailer definitely like it was a fantastic trailer, and they gave us enough content for sure, to bring the hype train in.
Y'all seen it in theaters?
No.
Yep, I am.
Of course you are.
They still rent out theaters over here. Me and my family might get together and
Oh, nice.
rent
Go
out
to
a theater.
AMC.
See, I'll fly to Tallahassee for that.
Facts.
Hey man, there's a seat for you here. You can spend $100 and some odd just to fly out here and watch the Avengers movie. Ticket not included though, Tech.
I'll go to Alamo Theater. I'll go to Alamo House. Give me a nice little chicken sandwich, little drinky drink. You know,
man.
All right. So that's a wrap for us. All right. So we definitely want to thank y'all for watching as always. Definitely catch us live Thursday nights on Twitch for the podcast, 10 p.m. ish, 9:30, 10 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, hit the like, leave us a comment, let us know what you think, and help us out with these algorithms, so we can keep making more content. All right, y'all.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for joining the Real Comic Blurs of America.
This man with these names.
No, one of them was gonna stick. I believe.
So what? Yeah. You gonna keep coming up with the comic book names, and this is gonna be that one. That's the one.
Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah, I can see that happening.
Scratch.
What's his name?
Not
Scratch, but I know you're talking. It starts with a K.
Yeah, he pretty much instigated everything.
The one that died, the one that kept dying in in Ragnarok. Yeah, he actually, he's the reason that World War Hulk happened. So Hulk, Hulk goes to the car.
All right, mofo, save it for the video.
This has nothing to do with
that. This side note.
This is a side note.
Side note.
So anyway,
what is this story about?
His name is Meek.
This outside of Doctor Strange.